Hey guys, it's Panda here, and something I got in that's very interesting today. I got a bass. So this is the Epiphone Newport bass, and this one was brand new. As you can tell, we still got the plastic on the pickups, which I'll be taking off in a little bit. So actually, let's go ahead and do that now. This was a brand new bass that I got. I got it for cheaper than retail cost because it had a little bit of an accident. So, for those that don't know, there is a place called Music Submarine. Sometimes they will sell a lot of like used equipment or new equipment that needs repairs, or sometimes there's nothing wrong with them at all, and you can get them at a cheaper price. So you might be wondering what was wrong with this one. I will gladly show you in just a second. And also, I went ahead and I put some new tuners in here. I went and got some Goto tuners, drop in it. And I got another piece for our bridge coming out very soon. It had a broke headstock, and I've already glued that back together. There's not a video on it because I glued this and immediately had to go to work. So things as things are. Let's go ahead and address this a little bit more first. What we're going to do now, that's completely glued up. I added some extra glue before I left. That way it could seep in a little bit. Kind of save us a little bit of time fixing it. Even though we're still going to have to do quite a bit of sanding in the area. It's not going to be as bad. And we can get some of this glue off with just our fingers. Like, it's not really thick at all. So, yeah. And I'll show you how bad that break was. So, it was really bad, as you can tell. But it was in a good fixable area. What I mean by that is it was just a straight glue together, clamp it down, leave it, let it sit for a couple days. That's pretty much what I did. I just let it sit while I was going to work. And now, pretty solid. This same glue I've used to put the Les Paul, the red and black Les Paul I got together. I'm calling it that because that's the style it is. It's a single cut Les Paul style. Even though I'm the one that built the damn thing, I didn't cut the body out or nothing like that. It came in the kit. Which, in hindsight, I should have shimmed that neck a little bit. Just so it would have a little extra. That's something I know to do if I ever do it again. I know to put a little bit of shim in between the neck and the body. That way, whenever I glue it down and clamp it, it'll give it just a little extra spacing in between. And it'll kind of pick this up a little bit. As you can tell, the neck is at a slight angle instead of being straight on. That's why you want them. That way, with any tunematic style bridge, it just kind of makes it where the strings sit a little bit lower and a little bit more level all the way around. It's just as true on this bass as it is on a 6-string. So, thank you to Music Submarine for putting this on eBay. That's where I found a lot of good deals on eBay and Musician's Friends. Which I just recently discovered that Musician's Friends is owned by Guitar Center. That's just all used gears from a different Guitar Center. And some new gear from Guitar Center. I did not know that before. I found that out over the Memorial Day holiday. Whenever I went to a Guitar Center. And if I would have thought about it, I would have videotaped the experience. It was pretty fun. I did try out a few different guitars. I tried out a Flying V for the first time. That was interesting. But, yeah. If you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to get rid of some of this excess glue. Because I literally just popped this out of the vise. Well, not vise, but the clamps. My English is not Englishing today. So, good thing is you can just kind of use your nails to get this glue off. I know that doesn't sound like a positive for this glue, does it? But it really is. It's a big positive because it's only sticking in where you want it. So it cleans up very, very nicely. By the way, if I ever need more glue, I know to get more Titebond. Titebond 3 to be exact. That stuff is I do mean it's amazing. The box that I got for my 2 8s that I got in my Fiat, because my brother's using it for right now. We had to re-glue the top of that back down. And what happened there is it was sitting out for a while. And this is at a very nice spot for us to see now. Let me lower you down some. And let's go ahead and get some sandpaper. So, yeah. He had to take out my 15 I had in the back. Yes, I had a 15-inch subwoofer in the back of the Fiat. It literally took the entire back seat of the car up. But it was fun. Very, very fun. I want to take a little bit of this 2000 grit. What we're going to do here, you don't need a lot of it. Just take a little bit. You can cut it or you can kind of fold it a little bit. Fold it like this, that way you can work with it a little bit easier. What we're going to do, we want to sand along the crack here. Yes, I said crack. I want to sand that up. Get nice and even. Some people say to wet sand it. I'm not one of them people. Especially with this kind of situation. Wet sanding is not really the approach you want to go. You need the abrasiveness to kind of flatten everything down. But we should have this playing very, very soon. I do have some strings for it. They were what I could afford, not what I wanted. And I didn't exactly get the ones I wanted either. The ones I could afford. But they are some strings I've always wanted to try. And this is literally my very first bass. I've only played bass once before this. And that's kind of after I already bought this, because I wanted to find out what that would be like. It wasn't that bad. So, honestly, this is not that bad at all. I do have some touch-up paint coming in. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive in time for the video. I know that's kind of a bummer. But, honestly, we will get it to where we can play it a little bit before that comes in. It'll be in next week while I'm gone anyway, so it's not like it's really going to get much play time between then and now. And I'll be able to set it up really, really nicely. And it looked like this guitar, well, not really a guitar, this bass, it was at a store somewhere, because it came into, I got it still with the Epiphone box. Looked like it got into a music store and somebody dropped it and broke the headstop, or it arrived broken, which does happen. Both happen. I mean, luckily for whoever owned it, it wasn't that expensive of a bass for it to really be worth that time of fixing it for themselves or to resell it at a discount cost. So I think what they did is they just went ahead and brokered it out somehow and wound up selling it to me. I'm not going to complain. And some stores, they can't sell broken equipment like that. Not without using a third party. I know that sounds kind of dumb, but they generally can't do it because of policies. And honestly, it's had a good spot for us to take some wood fill and put into it. Because, yeah. On camera, you can barely see it. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm doing this before we add anything else to it. See what all came in this. Okay, we did get some sandpaper, some polish and all that good stuff. We got some light abrasive now. Actually, that would do pretty good too. Let's hit it with this a little bit first. Not a lot of it, but just a little bit. So this is what we're working with now. I know it's not that pretty, but it's not in that bad a shape anymore. Let's make sure we read the instructions, if they got any. I didn't see any. What we do here, because this is sandable and paintable. See how much time it takes for it to dry. If it has a time limit. It's not exactly saying, so well, that was kind of fucking useless. Yeah, that's not safe. So let's lower you. Hey, that was quick. Alright. We don't need a whole lot here. That'd be good to start with. And we can just take our little putty knife. And now we can just kind of attack it in those spots that we need it. Once we fill this up, we're going to need a little bit more than that, but let's take it. We don't really want to use too much here, because too much would just cause a big mess for us to have to clean up later. So I got it kind of dabbed out a little bit. Yeah, some people, they just lay this stuff down way too thick. Then they complain whenever it doesn't work properly, or they have to do a lot of sanding afterwards. That is why. Whenever I get done, I won't even be able to tell anything ever happened to it. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut to that point. That way you're not going to sit here watching me do the same things over and over again. Alright, so I got part of it done and I'm waiting for the other side to dry. I had to add a little bit more to it. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at what came in this. This is some parts from Geiger. Not sponsored. I had to pay for this out of pocket. Sad to have to say that nowadays, but sadly you do. Alright, we get some more posts. That's nice. We get some more screws for the base block. This is a high mass block. It's got a good bit of weight to it, honestly. I'm pretty sure this would hurt like hell if I chunked it at somebody's head. Let's not do that. Ooh, this has much better weight than the stock. Hopefully it fits properly. That way, let's check something else too while we're at it. Hopefully this don't fit like shit. Oh hell yeah. This guy where you can unscrew it a little bit to adjust the height that you need it. So that'll lock down nice and tight. That way we don't have to worry about a wibbly wobbly bridge. And honestly, these are cut out awesome. Let me try to show it to you. So you see it from this side. I don't feel any sharp ends on it at all. And yeah, from this side, pneumatics cut out really good. So hopefully we won't have to worry about it too bad or too much on this at all. Now I'm wondering how I'm going to get this off. Luckily I got a screwdriver laying around here somewhere, probably in my pocket. So, yep. And I also grab this. I don't know if it's going to work. We will try. That is a screwdriver, but not the one that we're looking for. At this point, I probably need an editor. But, yeah. Okay, I got it free. I was able to twist the bottom. So, I guess what we're going to do, we're going to twist it up. See, it's nice and threaded. So we can literally take this all the way off if we want to. Then kind of get it set down, screw them down in place. We're just having barely started. This seems like the best option. Just have it started a little bit. Leave a nice big gap here. That way, still got plenty of room for us to set it where we need it. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. These should just screw down into the old post. If not, then I'll get our special little tool to remove it, and then we'll pop these into place. Hopefully we won't have to do that. And while we're waiting for it to dry, let's go ahead and start putting this on. I'm going to find my other screwdriver real quick. Alright, we got that. Let's go ahead and pop these loose. I'll go ahead and take this all the way off. Let's do it like this so you can see. Hopefully this fits perfectly fine. Geiger's normally pretty good about making these pretty close to stock. And I think these are a little bit bigger. We may have to change it out. Yep. So, yeah, I want to go get our special tool. Just bolt that screw straight down into it. And before I do that though, let's go ahead and change out this bridge down here. Our string post. And make sure that lines up properly. Now I'll kind of compare the weights in between the two. I can already tell you, this thing was garbage. Like, it was completely ass. I don't know why they cheaped out that much on it. But it's not a big deal when you don't have to pay full price for the shit. It's not a big deal. Okay, this has got some weight to it. This has a lot more weight to it. Looks nicer too. I guess we'll go ahead and get these put into place. not work. Honestly, I don't think it's going to work. Guys, we may have wasted $30 fucking. And we did. Unless we line up the center. We can line up the center and drill new holes. We can do that. And as far as this goes, let's see if they work on the older bridge. If they do, I would much rather use these. Huh. Ain't this some bullshit? And I don't see the point in having it like this to mount it down. I'm honestly slightly disappointed here. I'm not sure exactly what kind of base these are supposed to go on then. But I don't think it's meant for mine. We'll put the whole parts back on it and deal with the wibbly wobbly bridge. Because I don't want to drill new holes into this body just to add like 2 cents of stability to the tuning, when our tuning keys are going to provide that for us. This is something that you might want to think about if you're doing any kind of upgrades to any guitar. But I am pretty sure I can send these back. It's not a big deal. And it really wasn't off by much, but it was off enough to not install it. Like, we're only talking about that much of an inch, or literally just that much off. But at the same time, that kind of makes it harder to justify installing it whenever, you know, we already got this in place. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. It's just basically like a floating style design anyway. We're going to send it low enough, but not so low that it's going to bottom out. And it should be perfect right about there. I'll just reinstall this. There we go. I'm gonna get this last screw down real quick. Alright, I got that back installed. We're back up here, sanding on the neck again. We're just kind of sanding this flattish, or pretty much flat. We'll go back to the other side too and do the same. But if there's any spots that's kind of low, this would definitely fill that in very nicely. And I'm not worried about if I overdo it in any spots, so that's why I got the paint coming in. Guys, if you get into any kind of woodworking, your girlfriends and wives will definitely appreciate you. Because we know you have to use your fingers a lot doing this shit. Alright. Three kids later, still sanding on this fucking thing. But it's coming out pretty good. I'll show you. So yeah, started out really thick down here. Now I got it smoothed out quite a bit up here. And it's going to keep getting smoother as we go. I got to smooth it out a little bit more up top. Okay, it's got a low spot there. Now, see, even if it's already been painted, it'll still fill in your low spots. It's got a small spot there. Another spot down here. Probably where there was some paint inconsistencies. Yeah, that's all it was. Just keep on sanding though. The more it looks like you wasted your time doing it, the better actually it is. Because that means it's going to be less you have to try to fill in with paint. Okay. Actually, here's how it's looking so far. I got from here all the way down to here, kind of finished up already, which it feels pretty smooth, even though you can still see the crack there. It's just cracking paint at this point. That's going to get, when we go through and we put the touch-up paint on it, that's going to fill up. You're not even going to tell it. So what I'm going to do for this part, I'm going to put it where you can see how I'm doing it. It's really simple. You're going to see a lot more filler here because this side was much worse. We're literally just sanding this flat. Even up here. Like this side was far, far worse. I'll get that off up here. That's on the fretboard a little bit. Okay. We will have it playable very, very shortly. That's coming out so good. We're nearly done. Definitely gotta sand a little more, but once we get this smooth, we will be done. Daisy, you okay? All that's going to be left after this is putting strings on it and cleaning it. Small little spot right through here that needs it. Oh, that's just fantastic. Okay. I took that out. Only one thing left to do. So get a little bit more of this glue off the fretboard first. That's the only downside to it. Whatever glue we don't get off, we will eventually wear off. I'm going to get the cleaners and we will clean this up. And then I'm going to go get the strap for it. And then we'll adjust our string height afterwards. So I'll be back, guys. Here we go. Got the strap. Got my cleaners. I think this is, everybody uses this stuff now. So first thing that we want to do, we want to get this fretboard nice and clean. This is a conditioner too, so, and it is lemon scented. Which I can really tell you, it does smell really, really good. I know not everybody puts it on like a madman. I do. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. Especially on a fretboard like this that I can tell it hasn't had anything on it in a very long time. Because it's going to show all the spots where some leftover glue may be. Then I can scrape that up with the screwdriver very gently. So that helps out too. That way we don't damage our fretboard. go ahead and finish cleaning all this glue off of it. Like, it's got a good bit. Some in places I didn't even know. Like, I may have touched it by accident, not realizing it. It's got a few spots left, but it's not as bad as it was. Like, nowhere near as bad as it was. At least it's all in one piece now. Something else that we're going to do. We're going to go to the back of this. Actually, it looks like some oil got back here, so we can just wipe it down. It's not going to hurt nothing. It just means I accidentally had a Diddy episode and got too happy with the oil. At least it wasn't baby oil. How do you get caught with 1,000 gallons of baby oil and pretend it's normal? I'll never know. That's about as bad as Clinton saying he did not have sexual relations with that woman. Alright. Now there we go. Nice and pretty. You can see where it's been fixed, but not for too long. It's not going to be that way forever. Fretboard, nice and shiny, just like we wanted it. We can put all this up. There's really no need to worry about cleaning the body. Body's not dirty. We'll do that at a later date. Okay. So this is the strap we got for. Well, that's pretty close. We'll get this strap set up decently soon. I was expecting it to be more SG on that part. Or more Les Paul. Now, before anybody complains about the strings I got, keep in mind, I got them at a good deal. And if they are good enough for Les Claypool, they're good enough for me. We got some DR strings. So I guess I'll string this up and we'll get back to it. After we put the string in the hole, we twist the knobby until we get it nice and tight. I wonder if this will work. What if I turn the fucker the right way? So, yeah. We actually learned something new today, guys. The string winders I have for my guitar does work for a bass. And my guinea pigs are going like crazy in there. So, yeah. I'll be back shortly. So here it is, complete in all its glory. We got it strung up. I got the strings adjusted where it's not going to be buzzing like hell. And we will find out how it sounds whenever we do our next string. Till then, everybody, take care. Well, guys, here it is in all its glory. We got it fixed. We got it set up to where the strings are high enough to where we should be able to play it pretty decent. And it does not have any kind of buzz. The neck feels honestly pretty smooth, even though you can tell it's had a very, very big accident. But being honest, just rubbing your hand down it, you don't really feel it that much. It'll get covered up with some paint. But overall, I think it was a pretty good buy. I'm happy with it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye everybody.